Just when you thought tea levels couldn't get any lower, well, here we are.
Fishing line, soft cloth, like it was never there.
Each T removed off a Tesla feels like a silent protest for Jordan Schwartz.
Why not just tattoo worse on your head, as of course that could be just as effective as the corporate media is now cheerleading an alleged major loss to Elon Musk, especially with what just happened in Wisconsin. We'll get into that, especially with what happened in Florida, which is also a little strange. But before doing that, it's pretty clear. Our politics is up for sale, and the slogan that the Democrats and the liberals have in their victory is absolutely duplicitous, and it's going to be the next target of Elon Musk that's going to be looking into some very sinister, powerful, rich forces out there that are financing the coffers of the machine in dark, secretive circles that now, I think, might be finally exposed. Now, let's just get right into it, as a lot of people on the right are pretty disappointed with what just happened yesterday, as we had special elections in Wisconsin and in Florida, as people were voting for all sorts of issues. Even though Wisconsin did vote to require voter ID by a whopping 20% margin, they did lose the big race that a lot of powerful people were involved in. Elon Musk was supporting the Republican candidate. The Soroses, the Pritzkers, and other big, huge Democratic Party machines were supporting the left-wing Supreme Court judge of Wisconsin. Why does this matter? Well, they are also going to be determining the congressional representation of Wisconsin that currently is in favor of the Republicans. And now the Republicans are set to lose a lot of seats in the House because of this key victory in this swing state, in this purple state, that now overwhelmingly will try to take away a lot of the right-wing representation. Now, there was also special elections that happened in Florida, specifically replacing Matt Gaetz's congressional seat, where overwhelmingly, again, Florida is very right-wing, but a guy who toted the idea of arresting people for 5 years in jail for having a flyer related to one particular government in the Middle East and critiquing them is the guy who won. A little bit of a strange situation there, as MSNBC was in pure joy and happiness with their headline here: Musk suffers major loss in Wisconsin race. Look at the snooty little devilish, childish behavior from these so-called journalists.
Talk to someone who might know about that. Joining us now, Wisconsin Democratic Party Chairman Ben Wickler. Good to have you. You must
look at that ish-eating grin.
Be quite tired. I doubt you've slept, but tell us what happened last night.
I think voters in Wisconsin showed that this state is not for sale.
Excuse me, really? They have all the same coordinated talking points. That's exactly what they're saying, and that's exactly what the liberal Supreme Court future justice of Wisconsin said as well here, which is hilarious. Hilarious.
Someone who watches out for people. But I've got to tell you, as a little girl growing up in Chippewa Falls, I never could have imagined that I'd be taking on the richest man in the world. For justice in Wisconsin. And we won.
Yeah, we did it. We defeated Elon. Elon's the worst. As Wisconsin Democrats in previous cycles there, in recent political cycles, the Democrats outspent Republicans more than 2-1 in the latest filings that came out on October of 2024. Okay, if we're looking for your country being your state being for sale, it is the Democrats that are selling you out, as overwhelmingly they outspent Republicans, according to all the data and all the analysis coming out, showing specifically that they surpassed $77 million in spending per ad impact. specifically highlighting, there's a crap ton of them billionaires that spent a lot of money on this particular race here. This, of course, is highlighting a system in the United States that is absolutely rotten, that is absolutely corrupted. Now, say what you may about Elon. He was, of course, invested in this race. He, of course, held the town hall. He used his platform in order to galvanize and mobilize and bring attention to this issue that he found important. But more importantly, he did it in a transparent way. He did it in a way where it's like, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. The Democratic Party machine works in the opposite way. They do a lot of those same things. They rig social media, as we found out through the FBI chat logs that were just released yesterday, by the way. The FBI was working for a year on suppressing the Hunter laptop Biden story, and they had to gag their own agents who knew that it was real, and they still came out and they said, no, it's Russian disinformation. That I would say, along with the secretive billionaire class and the special interest groups, the Bill Gateses, the Pritzkers, the Bloombergs out there, who do all, the Soroses, who do all of their bidding in darkness, who do all of their bidding in secret, who don't even publicly come out and say, yeah, this is who I am, this is who I support. Yeah, this person, absolutely, they have my stamp of approval. I want them in there. Oh, they're crazy lunatics. Oh, well. There's a different realm here. There's a different game here being played here. And I think it's fair to assume here that the system is up for sale. And our elected representatives aren't doing the bidding of the general public. They're doing the bidding of the secret, shadowy financiers, the globalist internationalists that are buying everything up. And then when the politician acts on their behests, a lot of people don't connect the dots because they don't really see the dark money and all these NGOs and all these organizations that are working behind the scenes that funneled it to them, and they can't say, oh, yeah, he's helping this guy out who gave him all this money. With Elon, no, we can. And that's why Elon at Deutsche has been doing incredible work. But now he has hinted at doing something a couple of weeks ago. He now is going to be probably doing it very ferociously. And that is what we're going to be talking about in a little bit. Before we do, we wanted to remind you about wearechange.shop, one of the best shops out there. We got some really great products available to you, including tea. Yes, lots of people have coffees. I got tea. I just got to change it up here. I like tea. There's so much crap out there. I used to drink the worst form of tea out there, filled with high fructose corn syrup, filled with plastic linings. And I had issues. I had gut issues. I had health issues. I cut out a lot of the poison. I cut out a lot of the insanity from my life, and I feel great. And I started to source good stuff, and some of the stuff that I started to source, I was like, hey, there's not a lot of it. It's very difficult to get tea that's legit, that doesn't have microplastics in it, especially with the linings of it, especially with how it's made, especially with how it's flavored. This stuff, some of the best stuff out here, we got lemon ginger and we got white peach. I really like the white peach. The white peach tastes really damn good. Lemon ginger, really good for your health. I like brewing this in a way where, of course, you don't have those tea bags that leach those chemicals into you. And these are organic tea leaves, not from, of course, factory farm glyphosate-filled nonsense out there. I really like my teas. The logo is this very happy set of male reproductive organs, and the tagline says "Sip happens." As of course, I started this company with Jeremy from the Quartering after he found out about my major tax issues and the IRS going after me and trying to destroy my life. And I said, I want to do something. I want to work. I want to provide a good service out there. He's like, yo, we could do this quick. We could do this long way. I was like, let's do it the long way. Let's make sure we do a good product. And I really like this product. I think you will too. Sip Happens Organic White Peach Tea. I love this stuff. And then we have the lemon ginger one. You could make a huge pitcher of iced tea, put it in your fridge, and then flavor it with potentially honey or maple syrup, depending on what you personally like. But this is some of the best tea out there, and you could feel it. I like it. I think you will too. Now, let's get into Elon Musk. That also just announced this during this Wisconsin town hall that he held, specifically addressing a major action, which I think he's going to double down on now.
Let's just say that there's a lot of strangely wealthy members of Congress where I just can't, I'm trying to connect the dots of how did they become rich while earning, how'd they get 20 million if they're earning 200,000 a year? Sounds, nobody can explain that. So something's, yeah, we're going to try to figure it out and certainly stop it from happening.
Yep, and then when that happens, a lot of the coffers from the NGOs, the non-government organizations, all the money from the billionaire class, all of that, it's going to, of course, dry up here. As when we look at Congress, holy frickin' cow, how did these people get so rich? Are they just so lucky that they keep making all the right stock trades at the right perfect time to have the biggest portfolio goals and gains? How do they know? Oh, yeah, they get information before anybody else does. That's classified. And then, of course, we have the kingpin of them all. There's Republicans that are also extremely corrupt. There's also a lot of Democrats. But let's be fair here, especially with the amount of money spent on the last election cycle where the Democrats spent a lot more money than the Republicans. Look at what just happened in the Wisconsin. So much money spent specifically for the Democratic political cause, over outspending the Republicans here. Well, it's fair to argue here the Democratic liberal class far more corrupted than the Republican class just by sheer amounts of money itself. Big money in politics is something that the liberals and the leftists are like, oh, no, we can't have big money in politics, except if it's our guys. And then they shut up about it. But this whole system is rotten and corrupted. And the biggest kind of examples of this corruption is Nancy Pelosi. She entered Congress 1987. She rose through the ranks, Speaker of the House many times throughout her career, and then, of course, was able to have a net worth, according to some estimates, almost as big as $300 million. At least she's worth $50.9 million. But other estimates, $300 million frickin' dollars. Okay? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of policy. That's a lot of insider trading. That's a lot of information, as a lot of people are looking at her husband, and they're saying, oh, he also makes a lot of profits in the stock with his transactions. That's just interesting there, as, of course, Nancy Pelosi very bravely stands up against stock trading bans for members of Congress. Interesting why she believes in that particular political opinion. But now with Deutsche, though, now with Elon Musk, though, he has the ability to look at the receipts. He has the ability to see where our money is going through. Already with 1% of the budget with USAID, we found out, holy cow, we're giving Stacey Abrams' organizations how much money? How many billions of dollars? Wait, hold on. This is how they get rich. They get rich because they utilize the system that they're a part of for their own sheer benefit profit. And when they become rich, when they get all the money, it's usually our money. It's usually our tax dollars. It's usually indebting this country. It's usually creating a huge worse off financial situation for everyone here. Now, if I'm Elon Musk here and I'm the team of Deutsche, this is what I do. This is my game plan here. You go to all the members of Congress and be like, listen, we're going to launch this investigation. We're going to look under every little piece of information that we get here. We're going to look at every little receipt here. And we have the receipts now. We know where the money, we have the money printing machines. There's 12 of them, Elon Musk specifically talked about. There's 12 money printing machines. The machines just create money out of nowhere. People don't know how this is going on. There might be more of them, but we discovered 12 of them, okay? That's crazy in the first place, okay? Now they have the receipts of where the money's going to. You go to Congress and you say, listen. We'll give you guys, let's just say a week. If you want to be really nice, give them 2 weeks. And we're going to allow you to come forward and tell us how you are corrupt. And then we'll give you leniency. We'll go easy on you. We'll give you a slap on the wrist. We'll give you maybe a white-collar prison, maybe a little ban here. Maybe you have to repay some of the money. Maybe, we'll see. But it'll be easy. Little snap. A little bit. You don't come forward. We investigate. We found out you're stealing You're taking money that's not yours. You're being bought off to support this political cause. Jail. Rikers Island right now. And then you don't do it just against the Democrats, but the Democrats would be overwhelmingly affected. You do it against everybody. Democrats, Republicans. That's how you would do it. You say, hey, guys, meet in the middle. Give them a month. Hey, guys, we got a month here. You're caught on the take for a special interest group. You're caught here being financed. You're caught here being corrupt. You're caught here rigging the system. As, of course, the American taxpayer, the person with their retirements in the stock markets, they don't have this insider trading and this insider information that lets them rig the system. There's winners and losers. And when they rig the system so they're always winners, they create more losers, and those losers are us. And they do that in multiple facets, in multiple ways here. Now, with this investigation, you need that type of threat saying, hey, guys, we're going to find out. But if you come forward, it'll be a lot easier on you. You need that done here in a kind of earnest, respectable way here. As, of course, Elon Musk now tracking the hundreds of billions of dollars that have been stolen by leftist NGOs to back the Democratic political party, to back their liberal causes here. I think we're still on the precipice of unraveling something huge, something big here, as Elon Musk has already cut off a huge amount of money towards the Democratic liberal woke party machine. They were taking the money and they were making the world more gayer. The world's already gay, and we don't need to make it more gay. Why are we making the world gay? Why? Hey, I'd rather have more money for Publix groceries over here than spend my money on making the world gay, okay? I'm okay. I'm okay if we don't promote frickin' dudes. I don't want that. Stop it. Elon Musk has. Now, he might be unraveling the whole Democratic Party machine, the corruption within it, which I hope he does, because this is how you make sure that the people's voices are actually represented and we don't live under this corporate takeover of our ruling governmental system. Will it be done? What do you think? Let me know down in the comment section below. Share this video. I got like 5 more videos to make for you guys today. Stay tuned for more. Get the tea. We are changed.shop. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more.